The 360 came out in 2005. The PS3 and the Wii came out in 2006.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah.
One day after each other. The PS3 was like on a Friday night and the Wii was on a Saturday night, or maybe vice versa. Either way, I stood in line at Universal City Walk with...
It was a weekend.
My buddy Lawrence.
It was a weekend.
All fucking day. So he can go get his... Because he wanted to go get his Wii at City Walk, at the GameStop at City Walk, so he reserved it there. And we got there like at 10 o'clock in the morning. That day.
And even at 10 o'clock in the morning, there was the long ass line, right?
We didn't... So the store opened the store at midnight and started cycling people through. And...
Shit.
They had like 6 registers open, and they had 4 registers doing, if you pre-ordered and paid off, go here. If you pre-ordered but still need to pay off, go over here. And Lawrence had pre-ordered and paid off everything, but then he picked up more stuff over there, so he had to go to the other line. But
how long was the line though? How long did you have
I
to
did
wait?
not get home until about 4:45 in the morning.
Fuck, dude, really?
So from midnight to about 3:20, 3:30. We were standing in line waiting, just after the doors had opened. But from 10 a.m. that day, we were waiting until about almost 5 o'clock when I got home.
Yeah,
it was pretty nuts, man.
That's I totally, when I went to New York earlier this year, they did a whole grand opening for the Nintendo store in Rockefeller Center.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go, and I was like, oh, we should go early, because there's gonna be a line and all that. And I'm thinking, well, if we go early, it should be like around 9 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
9 a.m. And I ended up, of course, waking up late, so we didn't get there till probably about 10 or so. And then as soon as we got off the subway and walked up to the street level, already there was a line there from the stop.
Mm-hmm.
And going on in both directions.
Wow.
There had to have been people there the day before.
Yeah, that was a big deal when they reopened.
And I'm going, and we walked like a few blocks, and sure enough, it just went around almost the entire street.
Mm-hmm.
It was insane. I was like, even if I would have got there at 9, or let's say even at 8 a.m., we still would have been standing at least for hours.
I love doing that stuff. I haven't done that in a while. I mean, the last time I stood in any kind of line was with you and Bryce at the bottle room for Pliny the Younger.
Oh, Pliny the Younger.
But that wasn't that long. It was only a couple hours.
That wasn't too bad. And well, for you, it wasn't too bad. For me,
for
it was
you,
longer.
yeah. It was an extra hour. You were there an extra hour.
Yeah. I could have been there earlier too, but.
But yeah. So all right. Ozzy had come out with an album right after the TV show was on MTV. When the Osbourne started.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the album, but it's actually a really good album. So, me and Alexis went to that and went and stood in line at Tower in Hollywood. And I'm notorious for always trying to be early to things. I always want to be early.
Remind me about Tower. Go
okay,
on.
so I've done a couple Tower things. It's pretty cool. So we got there super early, at 9 o'clock, and the signing wasn't until 8 o'clock at night.
Okay.
But I was like, look, let's go early. We'll go into Tower, buy our copies of the album, get our bracelets, and we can go eat or something, walk around Hollywood, go eat, and come back. So we go, buy our CDs. There's already 5 people in line waiting for Tower to open so they could buy their CDs.
Wow.
Just only 5. It's not, it's 5 people. So,
but how early was that?
9 in the morning.
Yeah.
9 in the morning. So the store wasn't even open yet. So we wait in that line, wait for the store to open, go in, buy our copies of the CD, and get our wristbands. Sweet wristbands. They weren't like the tape ones. They were like the clip ones, but they were like a thick plastic, like a thick...
They're like non...
Yeah, they weren't paper.
They're the ones that you can counterfeit.
Right.
I'm trying to find, yeah.
So we go, we do that, and then we went and we grabbed some food, and then came back, still nobody there, so we're standing in line in front of the Tower Records. And then, I don't know, at about 2 o'clock, there's a lot of people there by that point. At about 2 o'clock, they come out and go, hey guys, we're going to move you over to this parking lot over here so you guys can wait in line over here because we can't be clogging up our parking lot. And it's So you go, you know where the tower was, right? So
Yeah,
you go out, cross the street, back up the hill, basically,
Right.
and there was like a apartment complex or something there. But there's like a big grass area, so that's where they were putting everybody. So it pissed me off because we were there early, and we were 3rd to 5th in line, and then they moved us, and when they moved, everybody ran, so we ended up way deeper in the line.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, so people who had just gotten there took off and started running. I was like, fuck. So, but the people we were standing in line with, we were talking to all day, and we weren't going to run, and so we just walked over there. And so the group of people that we kind of made friends with while we were there stuck together, and we were all standing in the same area, so it wasn't so bad. But it was just really frustrating that they didn't think about that before and say, okay, well, go line up over here now. And it was just a big clusterfuck for the Ozzy signing. And then the other time I did a thing like that there was, save your hate, everybody, for this, but Dane Cook came out with a double album with and then it came with a DVD also. And I know a lot of people like to hate Dane Cook because everybody thinks he got really famous and really popular really fast, but they don't realize that he was in the comedy scene for 15, 16 years before his comedy special on Comedy Central that got him some kind of notoriety.
Yeah, people don't understand that. Like, it's not like that's the first time
they've
done something.
Right, and so the guy takes care of himself. Like, he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't do anything like that. So he takes care of himself, so he looks young. And he still looks young. But he had been in the scene for like 15, 16 years at that point, and it was the second album, their second comedy album release that we went and stood in line for. I went with Amber, and we went, and they just kept everybody in the parking lot for that. So that one was actually, they had the barricades though going around, so people couldn't stand in the parking spots and all that area. So it was that one.
Smart.
That one was actually really well done, and we were pretty in close to the front of that line too, which was pretty dope. But yeah, so the whole idea was he was supposed to come and do like a 15-minute set or something, and then do the signing. But he was at a charity event down the street that ran long and came, and they had like the whole setup and everything, and he came and apologized, like, hey, I can't, we're running late already. I don't want you guys to be here any later, so let's just get on with the signing. And if you want, I'll tell you a joke when you come up to the to the table to sign. And so, of course, like he didn't even have to say anything. He just walked in and not dealt with it. But he came up and grabbed a microphone and dealt with it and then sat down. And then there were people asking him to tell jokes. So he was telling the worst jokes. It was like knock-knock jokes and things like that. So it's I don't know. I'm a fan of that guy. And that dude hustled and worked real hard for a long time to get the fame and popularity that came overnight. That was perceived to have come overnight. But yeah, that was the only other time I stood in line at that tower.
That's funny.